as you listeners know.
Closer.
Yeah. As the listeners know, I'm all about consistent branding, and after last week's episode, we made a ton of train puns, and I think it's only in keeping to introduce this week's special guest, Mr. Wait, I haven't even practiced this. It's really bad.
Are we doing a take two? Are you cutting
What's your
this?
name again?
Tom the Tank Engine!
Thomas the Tank Engine! In all seriousness, though, we would like to welcome the next special guest, Mr. Tom Ainsworth. How's it going, Tom?
Yeah, I'm good. I enjoyed that. I genuinely wasn't expecting that. I like it, though. Is that the one that you thought I wouldn't like?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it. I'm going to set that as, like, my ringtone.
I was just about to say, I didn't want to interrupt it, but I like, definite ringtone.
There we go. Sorted. I should probably introduce you properly.
That'd be lovely.
It would be. Moving on. Tom, I've known you for a year and a half, I think.
God, has it been that long?
Yeah, it's been that long. Mad.
Jeez.
And how do I know you, Tom?
Young Tara came to me once upon a time,
Very young.
seeking drum lessons, as an avid guitarist into some weird bands that I'd never heard of, but they're actually quite good.
Thank you.
And yeah, Tara came to me for drum lessons. She's really good at drums.
Thank you.
Be
Can
good
you say
if
that bit again and a bit louder?
Be good if she practiced a bit more.
And that was Thomas Ainsworth. Thank you very much. So, Tom, how long have you been playing the drums for?
11 years and something. Yeah, 11 years.
Oof.
Yeah, a while.
Feel old.
Way too much.
No, young. You're making
too
me feel
long.
young. Way too young.
Far too much. Much too young. So I've been playing drums for half of your life.
Yeah. I'm 23 and
Not yet, so half of your
2
life.
weeks. Have you got me a birthday present yet?
Possibly. I'm not telling you that until your birthday.
Oh, God.
Well, you'll either
I
be really
expect
disappointed,
everybody
or you'll get
listening-
the present and you'll be really disappointed.
I expect everybody listening to hold him to that, please. Thank you. And if they want to contact you to check that you've got my present, how would they go about doing that?
Oh, that was smooth.
I'm getting
That was
fucking good at this. I really am.
smooth.
Hang on.
Yep, text it. Oh, you've got the good stuff. You've got the good stuff.
I am.
Morgan's. Is it spiced?
It is. I'm drinking Captain Morgan spiced gold and cola.
Can I have a sip?
What have you got over there?
I've got Stella. I've got wife beater.
Pish.
Yeah, a bit of pish. Oh, that tastes good.
You've got to give us the...
I like that. What did you ask me? In contact stuff. Well, that was it. So I'm between websites, but I've got an email address that's a website. It's info@tomsdrumlessons.com. So if you want drum lessons, you can get me there. If you don't want drum lessons, I'm on Instagram and Facebook and stuff.
Right.
At Tom Ainsworth Drums. Hopefully Tara will
Ainsworth drums.
spell my name right.
Well,
Tara
I've not been doing...
Parfius.
Oh, don't start. Listen. Pawalis?
Yeah, bless her. Poor Gemma.
Do you know how to say my name?
I do now, but I thought it was Powell's.
Oh, God.
With a W, seeing as it has
Kicking
a
you
W.
off. Ah.
But Parvils? Is that something like?
Close enough.
Yeah. I wouldn't
Pretty
have thought that. It's only from the podcast that I've heard that.
Which
So I'm an
means
avid
you're
listener.
listening. So
Yeah,
thank you.
You're welcome.
It's much appreciated.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
That brings our total up to 4 listeners. Hi, Mum, once again. Oh, my God.
Oh, that's so nice. Does your mum listen?
No.
I was going to say, she will swear a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm working tirelessly to make sure she never hears a single second of this.
Nice.
Especially after last week with Gemma saying, dive into that vagina, and then dive in. I was like, yeah, just I'm going to keep this one on the low.
Are we live? Is this all live?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sort of.
really?
I've cut. This is my technique. I just
that
hit record.
pish at the start.
Yeah. Thought you're from Yorkshire, not Scotland. Lies!
Oh, it's funny you said that. I've been playing Xbox with like 6 Scottish people lately. I've got in a little clan with them on a game.
Oh, what?
On Destiny. Have you heard of it?
No.
It's good.
I'm
It's
not
like,
a gamer, bro.
it's like an RPG, but a shooter more than that.
What does RPG stand for?
Role-playing game. You know, like Skyrim or Fallout.
Yes. Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
That's my only reference from Skyrim.
Thought that were fucking Robin Hood or something, but I don't know.
Little John, big up.
But yeah.
Fire Attack is my guy.
Oh.
It's not real.
High hopes.
I used to really watch
Really punching there, aren't you, Tara?
Something about that shiny.
Yeah, the midriff on his top.
I like a man who's got a head like a marble. What can I say? So I've not been having much luck on Tinder.
Oh, I don't know. Up your age range, I think you'll be fine.
No, I tried that actually. That's what I've done.
Really?
Yeah.
What were you going
Bad
for?
idea.
40 to 60?
No, not that high. I upped it from, I think the highest I had before was 27 or 6, and I put it up to 30.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd go out with a 30-year-old?
No, but I put it up because sometimes people like, oh, I'm actually 27, but their Facebook thing is like...
so weird. Yeah.
So I put it up, and I was like, yeah, I regret this. I highly regret this.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
There's
I don't know why I had guys on mine, but... Oh.
Yeah. Do you want to talk us through? Discuss.
2019.
I increased it, and then I realised that guys on Tinder fall into 2 categories. You're either like a baby-faced 22-year-old, or it doesn't actually matter. You can be like 22 to 25 or 26. You're a baby-faced person with no facial hair. Also, we'd like to welcome Tom to the podcast.
I am one of those baby-faced 25-year-olds.
Or the second category is like a businessman standing on a cliff in like Peru, and they're like, I have a dog and I'm looking to get serious, and it's literally just those 2, and I don't know why.
There's no in between.
No, it's just like roadmen who have baby faces and put loads of emojis with like the padlock and like the 2 hearts with that little pink thingy, or it's 30-year-old businessmen who are bald and they're talking about how they have they're an entrepreneur and they can settle down and they're a nice person to take home to the parents.
What are you putting in your profile to get like selected in the algorithm for these? It's like, yeah, we like to match you with similar people.
I don't think that's how it works.
Just on a cliff with your Air Max on.
Is that where I've been going wrong? Do you know what? I just put... Right, I commented on your new fresh crepes today.
You did.
Your newly freshly cooked pancakes.
Oh my gosh, my lovely 270s.
So they're cool.
They are.
What colour are they? Should I describe them?
I've got I think it's a re-release. It's like the bone colour with the...
Bone colour.
Well, it's called bone. It's the colour of bone. It's not white, is it? And then it's got the hot punch 270 bit that's like a moon boot. It's not as cool as your moon boots, though. No. Or your Mars boots. You've got several pairs.
Several? I've got 2 pairs.
Yeah, that's more than one. I don't know.
I want a soundbite of you saying moon boot.
Moon boot.
Moon boot.
Moon boot.
Moon boot.
Moon boot.
There we go.
That's more just me impersonating you.
Nah. I got some fresh crepes myself. Oh my god! Ow!
What did you do then?
My knee.
My knee! Arrow to the knee!
Cracking jokes and cracking kneecaps.
Oh, they're new?
Yeah.
Oh, they look like you wore them to school. People still wear Fila. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing with fashion. People wear Fila.
My point was about to say I got some new shoes. The cliche girl shoe, the Fila Disruptors, and I've been mocked by them by every man who's commented, and before I could even get to that, you've mocked them.
Fila
so
Disruptor?
Yeah.
What are you disrupting? The conversation? with your shiny gold shoes.
Yeah, just stick my feet up at people.
I think Sam,
Sarah, how's your week been? Wow.
Sam
Too many
Sparrow
shoes.
wants them back there, in black and gold. Oh, reach.
Showing your age
reach.
now, Grandpa. Reach. I'm glad you said that. Fucking hell.
I can laugh at myself. It's just hard when you're wearing them.
I should have mentioned it now.
Got the red socks as well to really highlight them.
Thank you. Thanks for noticing.
How much did you pay for them?
80 quid?
No, you didn't.
I did.
80 quid for them?
Yeah. Do you know how much the moon boots were?
I
Black
think
ones.
Yeah, I think you've told me before, and it was extortionate.
It was extortionate.
And they're really uncomfy as well.
No, I've broken
But
them in now,
that's
so
the
they're
price.
alright.
You've broken them in after, what, 3 months?
Listen, no pain, no gain, alright? The price you pay for fashion sometimes.
You've had 2 round trips to Mars and back there. Done repairs on the satellite in them.
I'm keeping this country afloat. Do you like GPS on your phone?
Do you want cable or not?
Gotta put the work in. Those were extortionate. Those were.
You think your broadband's free?
Listen, well, the Labour government hasn't told everyone about this national broadband. People like me.
Sending innocent podcasters up there.
Oh yeah, big steps. One small step for mankind.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, we're allowed to say mankind.
People-
Probably wouldn't be now, would it?
Ooh, 21, All right.
Go on then.
I have such an issue with
Me?
the whole. Yes, but you know you're on the podcast, so I kind of got to deal with it now.
Okay.
I have such an issue with the whole PC gone too far community.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not going to get along.
Oh no! Oh, what have I done?
You're just talking to a northerner. what you expecting
I'm a
here?
straight white male. Oh god.
Was it cis?
Yeah.
Cis white male.
Glad you highlighted that.
I do have a cis.
You do.
She's called Laura.
Shout out to Laura. I'll add some more of those gunshot. That's
We're
all
going to
things.
say absolute banging jokes here.
No, my issue is with I don't like people that are on either extreme. So
Sure.
the PC gone too far people and the ones who get mad at like the phrase mankind, the word mankind,
Okay.
or like mother care, the shop,
Yeah.
or like when YouTubers say "Hey guys" at the beginning of a video.
People get annoyed about it.
Yeah, those people
Yeah.
can go to hell. Likewise, the the PC gone too far people can go to hell. Because if you really think that people are out here like protesting because you said mankind and not people kind, I think you're very dissociated from reality.
Well, I think a lot of people with that kind of thing, they just take it as a gender thing rather than just a shortening for human, which is what it is.
Mildly disagree, but
That's fine. Do you want to talk about that?
nah.
But
The
then-
people don't want to hear that, do they?
But then that's like the whole thing then, really. So you're kind of going against your own argument there.
What do you mean?
Well, I think it is just a shortening for humankind. I wouldn't incorporate it. When I say mankind, I wouldn't incorporate a gender into it. It's just humans.
Oh yeah, that's how I think of it. That's what I'm saying. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you could say stuff like history, or reaching.
No, you're good.
We'll leave it there.
History's good.
I can't think of any other words.
History's real. Yeah, that's a fact.
Oh, that's
All
a
of
thing.
history.
Yep, that's right.
Top research going on from Tara.
Yep, as always, guys, never fail to deliver on the stats, the figures, and the facts.
This is very much a Breaking Bad kind of scenario for me. I'm hoping it gets good with season 2, but we'll see what happens.
Well, you're on season 1, so what does that say?
Probably not. But we'll stick around anyway.
Cheers to that. I think it's time to implement the drinking game.
The drinking game of glory.
Rule number 1. Any mention of trains and or train puns. We already drank to Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, we need to do like a 2-minute. You've just got to down it at that point. If there's a song about
Avalanche.
trains.
Rule number 2. Any mention of drumming Should we do a little catch up?
Any mention of drumming?
Yes.
That's going to be difficult.
Well,
but
how many drinks have you got?
I've got 4.
Then you're all set.
True.
There we go.
Very true.
And rule number 3. Mention of.
How good your preparation is? No, that can be a bonus round.
That would just be constant chugging.
Yeah.
Chugging.
Oh, no. That was good, and you didn't even mean it.
I did, because I'm milking the same joke I used last week. But anyway! I had something I wanted to talk to you about, and I've forgotten. Oh, there we go. So, on the subject of drumming, little birdie, Cool Tom, i.e. you yourself, told me that you know a somewhat of celebrity, hey? And you might have gone to university with him.
Don't know what you mean.
Don't give me that face.
Oh, this is really weird, but it...
Go on, tell people.
I feel like I'm showing my age with this, but it's...
You've already done that.
I know, true.
What was it? Air Max 270 reboot.
What are you on about, Fila, girl?
So,
what is
you
it,
know...
Deceivers?
Deceivers!
Decepticons, Fila Decepticons, what you got on there? I'm great at sidestepping.
What's that? Because you got your new shoes on. What's that Transformer, the really big one that's red and blue?
You don't know, you're kidding.
Can't remember the name.
Begins with O. OP. Well, his names are OP. How do you not know?
I know it, I just can't remember.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. I've got the Fila Optimus
In the prime of lime.
Got the new Fila Optimus Primes on. Flashy. Balenciaga. Butterflies.
Nice.
Bumblebees dropping next week.
But, yeah, so I guess the celebrities, if people remember Roll Safe, off... Well, they did loads of stuff, didn't they? Yeah, from Roll Safe Inc. Limited.
Trademark, CM.
You know what, I still say, can you remember the Fire in the Booth that he did?
No,
did you watch
I didn't
that
hear
at all?
It. No.
Oh, really? It's really
I've just
funny.
seen the GIFs.
The GIFs are awesome. You not seen the videos that he did on... It might have been Vines, I can't remember.
Possibly. Give me a little refresh.
The videos were just random shite, but they were just really funny because he's got a ever so slight lisp anyway, but he properly overplays it, and it's just hilarious. And he's there, he walks around in his, I think it's his dad's or his granddad's leather jacket with nothing underneath.
Yeah, the bare chest.
And he's in shape.
Yeah.
He's in shape, to be fair. Yeah, but he did a Charlie Sloth Fire in the Booth once upon a time. I think it was 16, 17, can't remember. Just really funny, just taking the piss, because he was the kind of original one, like with Man's Not Hot with Michael. Yeah. I forget his surname, but Big Shaq. He did one, but yeah, Roll Safe or KOD, Awumi.
Ooh, KOD.
Yeah.
Full name.
Yeah.
So how do you know him?
We went to Coventry University together. That's where I did my undergrad. And
flex.
Yeah, because I've done more than one grad.
When I was just back in uni, just before I filled out my masters, what can I say?
But yeah, it was in. I did music performance, and he did theatre, I believe, and theatre and production. I think they called the course, but we were in effective communication skills, which was like in Coventry you do kind of an add-on that you can choose every year, and I think it's the same idea as, you know, when you're at school and they're like, oh, you should get some life skills and do some volunteer work and that.
Yeah.
It was that kind of vibe. So a lot of people did a language, you could do all sorts, like I did stage light in one year, but then I did effective communication skills because I thought they'd get my accent a bit more hearable. Crispy.
And because you knew you'd be on a podcast in the future. So
I was, yeah.
Full circle.
Proper.
Ooh. been a little while since that reference, eh?
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. I can't believe it's been a year or a year and a half.
Sorry
it
if I've
can't
thrown
be
you
that
off
long.
track.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh no!
Oh!
Oh.
I know, how have you put up with me for this long? We would have just been like, oh, sorry, yeah, Tuesday's booked. Oh, no, Wednesday's all booked.
Yeah,
sorry.
No slots free. Oh, it's
I can
practice
take
again.
you maybe Wednesday, February 2020.
Oh, what do you mean you're not free in the middle of the day? Oh, you're working. Oh, sorry.
So on that subject, how did you then end up teaching?
Oh, yeah. So, we just, because we're in the same class and shit, you just add each other on Facebook. And then I moved to London in 2015, I think. Yeah, kind of school year 2015, because I came to study again. And he just posted on Facebook. I've not told you this ever.
No.
No,
Saved it for the pod.
I did. Oh, yes.
It's an exclusive.
You know what you're doing. But yeah, he just posted on Facebook saying something like, looking for drum lessons, any drum teachers I know.
Yeah.
And I think this was before the whole hand-raising emoji, because I wasn't that cool. I was going to be like, hey.
That really, I was not expecting that to be the end of the sentence. Before, I thought you were going to say that was before the whole me setting up a website and a professional teaching
That would have
thing.
been better. Yeah.
That was before the emoji. What were you saying about showing your age?
BE. Before emojis.
2015 BE. Anyway, we mentioned drumming, so chin chin.
God, we're getting smashed.
Listen, we've spent our money in Tesco, let's use it wisely.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. So yeah, it just it was before I'd taught a bit at Coventry, but a bit more kind of, I don't know what to say, not as much professionally. It was just kind of odd people or say friends or something like that. They wanted to have a drum lesson or something, so I'm like, yeah. Cool. And bless him, poor Kay. It came all the way to Fulham, to visit me, because I just had a flat and I had a little, not even a proper kit, it was a practice kit, so kind of bouncy kind of heads that made no noise at all, because I was in a flat in London, so I needed it to be quiet. And there was only one of them, so he'd sit there and play, and I'd be kind of air drumming next to him. And bless him, he came for a few lessons, and he was solid, to be fair. We just kind of put some songs on, because I think he'd grown up in church anyway, so he'd been around gospel music a fair bit.
Okay.
So he had wicked rhythm. He had really, really good rhythm. And he just picked it up dead easy, seemed to really enjoy it. And yeah, we'd do a couple of hours a week for like 2 or 3 times. And then, don't blame him, to be fair, but it was like, I want to play on a real kit. And I was like, yep, totally get that. Totally get that. And at the time, I didn't have the facility to do that. Whereas, yeah, I texted him the other day, because he texts me every now and then, because he bought an electric kit just for his house, wherever he is now. Elephant Castle, where he grew up.
Doxing people!
And if you've seen the Live in the Booze, you'll know that reference. But if you're Tara, you won't.
As you were saying, Tom, don't let me disrupt you now.
But yeah, no, he's a lovely guy. He's absolutely sound. He's really funny. I think last time I checked, at least, he was doing some writing with BBC. A lot of stuff now, everything's kind of going online on the iPlayer and stuff.
Yeah, didn't he have a series on BBC
He did, yeah.
Three?
He's had 1 or 2 with another writer. I forget his name, possibly Ty. It definitely begins with T. Can't remember, though, who was, I think, involved a bit with Roll Safe when it got a bit more popular. But yeah, they did their own drama and stuff, and yeah, he's just a funny guy. But yeah, that were interesting. And yeah, I were having a quick flick back through his texts, just from, God, like 2017's last time we spoke, and he's like, oh yeah, I've just got my paradiddles, drink, drums.
Oh, God.
Just got my drum rudiments and scales and stuff together.
Rudiments.
Rudiments.
Cable.
Oh, I'd love love to teach roll safe drums.
Oh my
It's
God.
such a fun lesson.
Drum
If it
roll
actually
safe.
came. Drink.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Great Portland Street.
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Poppadoms or bread, Tom! Poppadoms or bread!
Oh. Have you been planning that? Have you actually? I forgot I told you about that. Or did you tell me about that?
I watched it anyway.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I was going to save it till the end, and I was like, that's a great time.
You need more aggression.
I nearly choked on my drink.
You're the least aggressive person I know.
Tell that. Oi.
Oi.
Second can.
Oi.
Oi,
Oi.
Saturday night, lad. You should tell that to the guy I had a shouting match with in Leicester Square.
Was it actually a shouting match, or was it just slightly raised voices?
I've never. I'm not one for confrontation normally. I'll normally. If I disagree with someone, it's normally more of a wordy, witty.
Passive.
I brought you into this podcast, I can take you right back out again. No, it's normally more of a smart mouth, dry comment, and then I'll
Sure.
kind of leave.
Yeah.
This time, however, it was, I want to say maybe almost 2 years ago, if not almost 3. I can't remember which year it was. I went clubbing with 2 of my friends in Leicester Square. Have you been to Zoo Bar?
Possibly for 1.
Yeah, it's
But,
shit.
yeah.
It's really shit. It's a massive club. Not as big as, say, Piccadilly Institute or Tiger, but
Yeah, I know those.
Pretty big.
Yeah, regular there.
yeah, really shit though. And I went with 2 friends. We were there, I don't know, till almost closing, maybe 2:30.
Mm.
And then on the way out, this middle-aged guy, bear in mind we were 20, maybe 21. This middle-aged guy,
So long ago.
I know, eons. This middle-aged guy who was probably mid to late 30s.
Mm.
Speaking of roll safe, he also had I think he had a leather jacket, one of
With
those
nothing
really...
underneath.
No,
Oh, that would have been perfect.
no, I think he had a leather jacket and he was wearing a suit, and his friend had a shirt. He was just wearing a white shirt tucked into trousers, but they both looked like estate agents who'd gone for a piss up on a Friday night. And the taller one, who was a bit older, started hitting on my friend, who was insanely drunk at the time. I'm not going to name her, but if you're listening, you know who you are. Love you. And me and the other girl were very aware of how drunk she was, and that it wasn't really a good idea for her to,
Sorry, I'm having... Can you hear that noise?
What noise? A little bit.
No, it's not there
It's
now.
just the cable.
No, it's not. Sorry, I'm really sorry I've just derailed that.
God.
That wasn't planned.
Sure. Passive aggressive.
Sorry, carry on.
No, so basically he was just being a bit creepy, was hitting on her when she was super, super wasted. So me and the other girl, who had kind of sobered up at that point, told him to just kind of back off and be
Jinx.
less of a loser. What happens if we do jinx? How neither of us
Down
can
your
talk.
Gotta buy each other a Coke.
Or Captain Spice Cold. So yeah, we told him to go away. He wasn't listening. He was like, "Oh, you're being such a cockblock for." It's like, dude, she's spinning around in circles, and just clearly not in a state of mind to be swapping numbers and having any kind of chat right now.
No, I don't see your point.
Plus, we were leaving the club as well. So I was like, what was the point? We're going home.
Yeah.
He wasn't having any of it. He started throwing around some, not really racist terms, but just,
Oh,
he was
no.
bringing up race, which was weird because he was a black guy himself, but he was just being a bit funny about it. And then, yeah, it was like years of pent-up rage just came out of me and just fired off into the sky. And I've never ever been so mad at a stranger or anyone.
Yeah.
Like I was like that night, and I'm almost amazed at myself at how angry I got. But I was like really screaming in this guy's face and telling him to fuck off. And then there were police in Leicester Square about 50 odd meters away, like in clear sight of us, yelling. And then he started like coming up behind us, and I turned around, I told him to go away. He wasn't listening. His friend was trying to cut in, was like, "Oh, be cool, stop being such a cockblock. Oh, what's your problem? My friend just wants to talk to your friend, it's fine, that's between them." I'm like, dude, first of all, he was like 5'2". I'm like, back off, mate. Why are you trying to defend your friend who's being like a fucking creep? Wasn't talking to you. Next, you. What the fuck are you doing trying to hit on a drunk 20-year-old when you're like 35? There's like plenty of girls in there, in the club. Just go and hit on one of them.
They probably just wanted to take her up the cliff at Peru.
Is that a joke? I'm just... Oh, for fuck... Oh, God.
Oh, God, you want to slow down with them?
Oh, my goodness.
It took a second, that. Could hear the wheels turning. That was a train joke.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. I hate you. Have you had
Can you do that dance like more?
Nah. I'm gonna do it, but anyway, I'll wrap up with the story. I had a shouting match with a 20-something-year-old and then screamed in his face to fuck off, and the police didn't do
He's
anything.
getting younger and younger. He's going to be a teenager by like, the end of the story.
Have you heard?
I just shouted at a baby. I was very drunk.
Listen, don't bring up what I've done in the past. Everybody makes mistakes. Are you familiar with, this is a bit of a weird, like, niche corner of the internet that does memes and remixes of childhood classics?
Am I familiar with that, or...?
Yeah, are you familiar with that?
I don't know. Have you got an example?
I do have an example.
Perfect.
I haven't listened to... Wait, no, I have listened to this, but a long time ago, and I don't remember what it sounds like. So this is a bit of an exclusive, I suppose. Let's see how it goes. Why aren't you dancing, Tom? Why aren't you dancing?
I don't dance.
I think my favourite one, and this goes to show the kind of friends that I have, that at house parties, this is the kind of song that gets played.
Can't wait for this. Can't wait for the sub drop. No, it's not. It's great. We love Shrek. Oh, I was waiting for Skrillex. Oh,
Is it really bad? That I think that's kind of like a sign of where...
how long do you spend on that?
Yeah,
When you
don't
should be
question
practicing
me.
drums.
What are you listening to these days, Tom? See, I'm getting so good at these segues.
What am I listening to? Oh, you know what? I've been on a fucking Bring Me the Horizon binge. We can swear on this, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Fucking hell.
I need that YouTube coin.
What am I listening to? Oh, Bring Me the Horizons. I don't even know if it's a new album now. It was 2015. I don't know if they've brought one out since. It's got like Throne and Drown. Throne, not Throne.
Throne. Throne.
And Follow You and Blasphemy. It's got some bangers on. I didn't like their old stuff.
Do they bang as much as Shrek Riddim?
Shrek Riddim.
That's what it's called.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Not
not.
even close.
What a stupid question, Sarah. I thought you were a podcaster.
Excuse me, did you not hear that segue? Smooth.
But, nah, I've been
taking a knee
listening
to the knee,
yeah.
a foot to the knee. It's getting aggressive now.
I've been listening to that loads. I like that album. I didn't like their older stuff, but a lot of people, when they ask where I'm from, I just say Sheffield because it's the nearest city. I'm not actually from Sheffield. I'm from like a little town near there.
Been lying to me.
I thought you were going to say Bin Laden then. Bin Laden, eh?
See, one of those ethnic blokes.
But yeah, so a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're from Arctic Monkeys land," and I'm not. They've got like a stronger accent. But Bring Me the Horizon are actually from like, don't know, 20-minute walk away from
Down
where
road?
I'm from. Yeah, just down road.
That road.
That's not bad. You've been practicing, haven't you? Been waiting for this.
22 years of practice. James, do you hear that? We've got a real one. Got a real
We
northerner.
got a live one. Oh, I'm gutted he's not here. Enjoy.
Shout out, James.
Yeah, I know. Ba, 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 ba. Wah, wah, wah.
I got one of those air raid sound effects too.
Air raid, not an air horn.
No, an air raid. Yeah, one of those.
Really? What a proper air raid.
Yeah. And I'll just add in some like. Production value going up
Oh, absolutely.
on a Tuesday.
But yeah, so I've been listening to some heavier stuff lately. I was into a big Shawn Mendes binge
Oh no.
like last month.
You haven't. How dare you? How dare you? I've been stuck at work listening to Senorita with Camila Cabello. Is that
I don't
it?
like her. Yeah, I'm not big on her.
You're jealous of Sean.
She did.
No, you're jealous of her, but you want Sean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
What did she do? She did one big, really big song, and I can't think what it was called. Don't know.
I only know Senorita.
No, she did it kind of. It was on her own.
Okay.
It was her first like breakout thing. Let me do the research for you, Tara. But yeah, Shawn Mendes, he's got some bangers, man. Do you not like him
How
as
have you
much?
gone from... No, I'm also useless with like celebs or famous celebrities, chart-topping musicians. Haven't a clue half the time.
That's fair. I don't, since like moving out of my parents and not having a TV license and stuff, because who does that? I just
FBI,
don't.
get him! MI5!
Well, it's like I remember just coming on from school and stuff, and you just like put put 4 Music on or whatever the music channel was. I never had MTV. I was poor. No, I wasn't poor. I'm very rich. But yeah, you put like 4 Music on, it'd be like the top 40 or top 20 or something. That's literally how I found new songs. You know, before that was around the time
Before
of
the
LimeWire and Pirate Bay, which I've only heard of.
Yeah, it was a thing when you were in your 30s, but you never really got into it, so... Yeah.
Havana. I just ignored all of that. Just gonna pretend you didn't say anything.
Okay, Boomer. Continue. Yep. I'm listening.
Oh, do you want me to play it?
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing over there. I don't know what's happening in the
it's
research
just-
corner.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, okay. That just sounds the same as Senorita.
They probably just overdubbed Shawn Mendes on top of Havana. It's like, yeah, this'll sell.
That
Yeah, well,
boardroom meeting. Guys,
we got another one.
we got it. It's a banger.
But yeah, so there were that one, and that's how I've heard of her. But yeah, I'm not too big on Senorita apart from Sean's parts.
Get roll safe. Get Kay to link you up with his big connections.
Oh, actually, I might message him on Facebook. I want to know what he's doing.
I think you should call him live on the show.
Definitely not doing that.
Do you want to call your mum live on the show?
Yeah, she'd come on. I'm not gonna, but she would.
Let's do it.
You know what? She'd just plug drums. She'd literally just be like, "Oh, have you heard what?
Go follow my Tom."
Yeah. Oh,
God.
she's got such a fun voice, though. It's funny because she's absolutely northern.
Yeah.
But she works in a bank, so she's got to kind of put on a decent voice.
She's got a southerner voice.
Yeah, properly. It's hilarious. And she'll do it when anyone rings the hut. She's still got a house phone.
Yeah.
A landline. I didn't know that was a thing. I pay for it with the broadband, but we don't actually have a phone set up. But
What is this charge? Tax.
yeah. So it's but yeah, so funny when she gets a call and then she realises it's just like my nan or something like that. She's like, oh,
Immediately
you're right,
switches.
Duck. No, she doesn't say duck, but have you never heard that?
I think I've
All right,
heard
duck.
Geordie say it.
Yeah, duck's Yorkshire a bit as well. Duck, love, sweetheart, cocker.
Excuse me.
You're excused. I'll carry on now.
Customer service update. There is a good service on all lines.
Oh well, it's like, have you seen that? I think it's in some Asian country. I would have thought more Japan, but it's the it's a drummer dressed up as you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Instantly, and it's like a kind of pinky red
Did you
big
say
cartoon guy.
drummer?
Oh, it's for the drink. I thought you knew what we're on about.
I do know what you're on about. It's
And,
dressed as like, yeah, I think you're right. It probably was.
It's some
a
kind
Japanese.
of cartoon character or something
Yeah.
like that.
Absolutely
And he's
smashing
shredding
it.
it. Yeah, he's killing it. And it's just so funny. My mate, I get it sent by several people every other month or so.
Yeah.
Because I play drums.
Do you?
Honestly.
Shit. No way.
Dude!
Dude.
I was like, way! So I get it sent every like other month or so.
Mm-hmm.
And it never gets old. Because it's like every 30 seconds or 8 bars or so if you're a musician.
Oh.
But every so often he just steps it up. It just absolutely levels up.
I think the funniest part to me is that giant head that he's got on just bobbing around.
Exactly, just going nuts. Yeah.
Turkey neck.
It's best for me because it does all these like crazy blast beats and stuff, which is just going mental on all the drums at once. And then it just kind of like, it breaks down, and you just hear the singer like from the backing tracks just doing and he's just like ding ding ding.
It's hard to look cool when you're dressed like that, but they've done a really good job.
Oh, they've killed it. I feel like we should play it. Can we play it?
I'll put it in properly in post.
In post.
In post,
Look
darling.
At him. Look at him. What a geezer.
I work with a guy from Spain, and what did he do yesterday?
Spanish related or
I remember.
not?
No. So yesterday, right at the moment, we've got a limited edition flavour brownie that is sticky toffee pudding flavour. There's one in there somewhere.
Oh,
Fine,
probably
you'll find
eating it.
No, you'll
I'm
see
not
it's
saving it.
It's got sponge. The others are like
Oh,
brownie
lovely.
bars.
Cool.
So he tried it for the first time yesterday, and he was like, wow, this is amazing. And then the head chef was like, yeah, it's really like English, traditional English pudding. It's as English as you can get, pretty much. It's like, wow, this
Right,
is...
UKIP.
Shout out, Nigel! I actually have I have friends that went to the same school that Nigel Farage went to, Dulwich College. Like, one of my best friends from primary school went to that school, and it's like the secondary school equivalent of like Eton. Like, so many politicians have been to that school.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So he tried the sticky toffee pudding, and he's like, does that make me a geezer now? And he really said the R in geezer.
Geezer.
Geezer! And I've been laughing about it for like all day. Like Americans going, does this make me a road man now? Am I a road man?
You've had a big day.
Am I on road?
Wash your hair, had a bit of a geezer laugh.
Geezer! So, you know how I'm
Pyramids of geezers.
partying on the geezer strip. Ibiza. I was going to say I've gotten really good at podcasting now because that takes me swiftly into the next segment.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking about Northern Lingo.
We did.
Yeah. You see how I did the geezer? It's going to bring it up north.
Yeah, that geezer that's a really southern thing, but carry on.
Yes, that's what I mean. Southern Lingo.
Fair enough.
We're taking it up north.
We've been diverted.
How dare you? You were saying something about ducks and sweethearts.
I was.
Have you got any like, what's the word?
Any other like
Comfortable there.
northernisms?
Yes, northernisms.
Well,
irregardless.
oh, was it you that asked me about the whole, what is it, the whole bread, roll, cake, bat
yes,
situation?
it was me.
And you were really
Was I?
disgusted.
I was disgusted.
Yeah, I was
So,
really disappointed. I thought
I'll
we were
paint
going
a
for a nice
picture.
drink that day, but turned really sour real quick.
Much like the yeasted dough that makes a bread roll. Not a bread cake. Or a tea cake. Right.
Oh, you remember? That's you. Oh, you're sneaky. This was a while ago, and you've been doing research.
I haven't. That's on the fly. This is off the cuff. As
can
if I
see-
do research on this fucking
I can
podcast.
see you with your notepad ticking them off.
Please.
Look at all your puns. What we got next? Now you've done
I've
derailed
done
already, Tara. Now you
I've
can
done
cross that off again.
chugging. We've got minor delay. We've got diversion.
Mind the gap.
Yep.
We've not had mind the gap for anything, have we?
No.
Oh, I've ruined it now.
There's
I'll have to
quite a
think
gap
of 'em.
between your shoe and the cuff of your jeans there, however.
There is indeed. It's to show off my shoe. And so I get a lovely little breeze on my ankles in winter. Because I'm northern and I'm like well hard and warm all the time
Sweating
and stuff.
It's bloody hot out here.
Anyone got aircon? Aircon!
Right. So I'll paint a picture for
Please
the
don't.
listeners. Excuse me.
You're excused. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A small round ball of bread.
Oh,
An individual little bread.
it's not a ball.
It is a little
at all.
ball, or-
It's a tea cake.
A little ball of bread that you would use to make, say, a small sandwich for a packed lunch, or to go with like some soup or something. Just a little ball of bread.
It's not a ball. It's not a ball.
It's ball shaped. What would you call that, Mr. Incorrect?
What balls are you playing with?
Blasphemy!
Good tune. I like that. It's not a ball.
You know what I mean? Well, it's a ball of dough and then it cooks and then it's kind of like a dome shaped bit of bread.
Yeah, domed shape's a bit more accurate for a tea cake.
Excuse me. And don't say you're excused. A tea cake.
Your pardon?
A fucking tea cake. How dare you?
You're not shout at me.
How dare you?
It's a tea. What do you call it?
A bread roll.
It's not been rolled.
Shall I explain how you get to that conclusion?
Go on.
See, when you're making bread and you have dough, and then you take a small little chunk of that dough.
Oh, that was a cool noise. Carry on.
And then you roll it. You roll it.
I don't see the connection. Carry on.
And you make a bread roll.
No, I don't see it.
Please explain tea cake when there are neither tea or cake involved in that little dome of bread.
Well, when do you have it? What kind of time do you usually have a sandwich?
Lunch?
No. Tea
Yes.
time.
No.
No, you have it at tea
don't
time.
even start tea time.
Yeah, it's tea
Dinner.
time.
Dinner, mate.
No, it's not.
Supper.
You have dinner around midday.
What? Where's lunch?
What's lunch? Is that a snack between... Is that what you call brunch?
11, sis? What? Okay, so the 3 meals of the day are breakfast, lunch, and dinner down south. And
For the listeners, I'm looking very confused at Tara.
he's looking at
Probably won't go along well, 'cause probably most of a listener, if not all of them, will be Southern.
Yeah. No, there's one American.
One American.
One American.
They'll get it.
Yeah, sure.
Shout out, California.
Yeah, from Philly. We call it a tea cake as well.
Oh,
Shout
they
out
have
to
Philly
Sydney.
cheesesteaks.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, are they in, what, Sydney? What?
No, her name is Sydney. Not shout out to Australia.
I was going to say, the whole
whole
country. Oh, shout out, Sydney from Philly.
Can you stop derailing, please?
You've used it.
I don't
You've
care.
used it. What are you doing?
I'm not keeping...
Oh, it's just signal failures all over the shop here. In fairness, track was good. I'll give you that. I'll have a drink for that.
I'll have to.
Okay, Rihanna.
Racist.
No. Oh, I'm too old for you. I was 3 years this different.
You're not that much older.
Exactly, 3 years.
I'll just, whatever. You've just completely skirted around the fact that you're wrong about the name for that bit of bread.
I told you I was good at diverting.
Explain the...
Sidestepping. Skirt.
Skirt, skirt.
Can't believe you've spent the last 4 episodes talking about all the things that I actually watch on YouTube.
KSI.
And we've not spoke about one thing on this podcast.
Spam. KSI Logan. KSI Logan. Get the SEO up. No, we've
I have a valid opinion.
and you'll have to tune in next week to hear the second part of this episode. No, once again we've
It's
higher, it's higher. Huh? Excuse me.
You're excused.
Pourquoi?
Pardon?
¿Por qué? Part 2 next week. Tune in. Done. Rat.